I want to start this video by sending apologies to Stephanie Edwards. If you're not sure who that person is, her stage name, Sparkle. In the 90s, Sparkle was working for a particular person. She saw something and she said something. Because of that, she was basically abandoned by her family, in addition to the Black community. Sparkle was ostracized because she did something that is unheard of. She didn't keep what was in the family inside the house. She said something was wrong, and she stood up for it. That's what this video is about. It's about standing up for Black women and Black girls, wherever they are on that gender spectrum. Because for too long, there has been this idea that what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And I'm going to define that for this video by saying, if it's good for what Black people perceive as good enough for them, then it's good enough. Sparkle did something that other Black women have been doing since the dawn of time, which is standing up. Now, on the flip side of that, Black women, wherever they fall on that gender spectrum, have also been some of the harshest critics and some of the strongest people maintaining the dysfunction of not saying something. How I mean that is just how I said it. I grew up in a culture where it was not okay to take things out of the home. The fact that I am a mental health therapist is hilarious to me, probably to my family as well. Different reasons. Because we didn't talk about things outside the family. That is so dangerous, because what we see happen is what is happening to young girls and women and even young boys around the world. However, I'm just going to stick to the US of A, because I'm not going to talk about what I don't know. What I find so interesting is Black women in my life have been the people who guided me to some of my most foundational principles. It is also true that I have never been more harshly judged than by other Black women. Now, I'm not just talking about my women out there. Black men, same thing. My father, rest in heaven, or rest in peace, rest wherever, was no different. He was a strong Black man that taught me that anything was possible if I put my mind to it. He also attempted to teach me that, excuse me, everything had a natural order. And what he meant by that was men came first. Women were meant to be second to men. And I do not believe that. I think that's nonsense. Which is probably why a lot of Black men that I have seen will marry women outside of their racial identity, because they want to find women that will do what they want them to do. Black men, do better. Black women, do better. Because we have had a history of learning to protect Black men, because the world, they sure won't. That's true. What I don't understand is what stops us as a community for giving that same fervor to Black girls and Black women. Central Park 5, they were falsely accused for violating a white woman. Falsely accused. They jumped on that with a quickness. Historically, look at how Black girls and Black women have been treated legally, in society, and even in your own families. Because when I look at my family of origin, some of the closest Black women in my life have not been protected when they really should have been. And I use should purposely there. Because they should have been protected and they weren't. They were not. Including by men. They were not protected by men such as my father or my grandfather. Doesn't mean that they were bad people. It means that it is what it was. Something has to change. So I want to take this time to apologize to Anita Hill. Like I said, my apologies to Sparkle. My apologies to Aaliyah. My apologies to Breonna Taylor. Sandra Bland. My apologies to every Black girl and woman that was not believed, that was not protected, and wasn't even listened to. That time is done. Listen up. And if you don't like what I'm saying in this video, turn it off. Because you ain't gonna stop me from talking about it. And you can't take away my education no matter what language I use in this video. Peace and love.